sometimes you just gotta walk it off. Sometimes you just gotta leave things behind a little bit. Center yourself, talk with God, and walk it off. So I'm in the woods behind my house. There's this great walking trail that Georgia put in behind our neighborhood. And I love walking out here. Great for biking. But I mentioned in the last video about how there were some complications with the adoption. After we got our whole packet ready, our dossier ready to send off to Colombia, the big fat thing, they came and said that we have to update our psychological report, new standards. And so there's that, which is probably going to cost more. So there's that, and then also we learned that our agency is behind in translating, that they haven't started translating our paperwork yet. So, spent the weekend stewing and being all kind of upset and feeling worried about things. And you have to come to a point when you just you say, I can't do that. I need to accept it for what it is right now. Move forward. So it's also during those times, you're going to have those times. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be frustrations. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's a time when you've got to then come together. Like I said, center yourself, come together as a family, come together with your community, whatever that is. If it's your extended family, your church, your neighborhood, and God, taking time to talk with Him. So, you are going to hear me talk about God a lot, or I more commonly call Him Heavenly Father. He is my Father in heaven. Me and my family, we have a huge belief in God and His hand in the things that happen in our lives, the things that have happened in our adoption processes. It was a huge thing that we saw in the adoption of our daughter, and we are already seeing His hand greatly in the adoption that is taking place. And so, that's when I step back and, of course, I realize how silly I am for worrying the whole weekend, because I know that He has things in His hands. But, as silly people we are, we get caught up in those emotions and those worries sometimes and forget. And so that's when we've got to take that time to just walk it off. Calm ourselves down. I know He's got it. I know it's going to be okay. Calm down and have faith and trust in Him that He's going to take care of it. So, what is the takeaway from this that I want to share with you? Whatever your belief system is, whether it is in God or some other being, whatever your support system is, your family, friends, people in different organizations, different groups. Build those when you're doing an adoption. You've got to build those structures of support. Because if you don't, you will find that you will be very lonely, and the times of frustration, the time of questions, the times of confusion could possibly overtake you, and you could find yourself falling out of the adoption process and stopping it. And that's not why you started it. You know, you didn't start to fail at it. These kids that are out there, they're in need of you. They're in need of good families, good parents who are going to love them. And there's a million reasons why you might have decided personally to adopt. And how awful would it be to let those frustrations stop you? Alright, well, I'm going to finish my walk through these beautiful woods that we are very blessed to have. And please, if there are people out there who you know who are thinking of adoption, have questions, going through hard times, need someone, sometimes you just need someone to listen to who's like, oh, I know what they're going through. I understand. I'm not the only one going through that. Please share with them. And thank you for joining me as we create our adoptive family. And I will see you next time.